Hey guys, my name's Matthias and welcome to my channel, and I just wanted to tell you guys about some great deals, the top 10 deals on Steam at the moment. As most of you probably know, they've got a summer sale, but if you're struggling to know what to buy, I'm here to give you my top 10 list. And of course, right at the top is my favorite game of all time, because I'm crazy about the survival genre of games. So Mistral is right at the top, and at the moment it's going for 50% off, which it was a low price to start with. At the moment it's basically just a giveaway. For any of you that haven't really got into the open world survival games, I'd really think you'd be sorry if you didn't at least experience this for yourself. And even if you didn't like it, it's really cheap. And if you don't find the PvE challenging enough, I am revamping my hardcore server, where I'm gonna make sure that the PvE is at the forefront. And I'm gonna create a server with the settings, with mods, to create the best survival experience with this extremely immersive game. And like I say, 50% and extremely cheap. Second on the list, I've got my favorite single player experience, from many years back, right from Fallout 1. Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition is now out. But the main thing is that the Game of the Year edition is now 70% off. So at the moment you can buy Fallout 4 with all the DLCs for half the price that you would have paid for the base game, just Fallout 4 without the DLCs, 2 days ago, or a week ago. You're basically getting the complete package, okay, with all the DLCs, for 50% of the price that you would have paid for just Fallout 4, the base game. So that's at 70% off. And yes, there's nothing really that comes close to Fallout when it comes to the storyline and, the immersive experience that it gives you. And just, there's no one like Bethesda at the moment when it comes to their single player experiences that gives you quite the role-playing experience, that some of us are looking for. And of course, the world is extremely detailed. There's no dead spaces like in New Vegas. And there's a lot of difficulty settings. And of course, I am gonna start my ultimate playthrough, where I show you guys the best 10 mods that you can use to revamp your love for Fallout, and really make it immersive and extremely difficult, and just let you guys play around with builds and various ways to immerse yourself in the experience as much as possible. But I'm personally really crazy about it, especially the fact that mods have given me the freedom to make it the experience that I want to make out of it. And I'm just getting excited, after all these years. I'm just getting excited all over again. And because in the beginning it felt very linear to me, and because of mods, I can really, get the most out of it, which I'm extremely thankful for, because this game has always had a special place in my heart. And 70% off, guys. It's a steal. No doubt about that. I can't believe you'll ever get it any cheaper than that. So fantastic. Then third on the list, we've got Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I was a big fan of Titan Quest, so I love mythology. I don't really like fantasy, but mythology I'm quite crazy about. So I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey will fall into a lot of your guys' tastes. Even if you weren't crazy about the starting Assassin's Creed games, I think this fantasy setting really adds a special, ingredient to it. And yes, from what I've seen, it's extremely beautiful graphically. Good open world, great combat, really nice story, and yeah, definitely something that I think is worth picking up and really good value for money. And of course, it's 67% off at the moment. Okay, so an extremely great deal, and definitely something that I think any fantasy, enthusiast should put their hands on, and yeah, not let the opportunity pass by, because the Steam sale, summer sale, of course, ends on the 9th of July. So we all know, it's not there for long, and if we leave it for later, or if we don't act on it immediately, we miss out. And I mean, that's normally what happens. But as you guys can see, graphically very pleasing, and yeah, a lot to do in a single game. Then of course, the fourth game on my list is Metro Exodus. I've always enjoyed the Metro series, and this one is definitely right up there with the best. Graphically, it's really amazing. Does unfortunately tax PCs that don't really have the specs for it, but yeah, a completely different experience, and a game that I really enjoyed. And again, it's about giving you guys value for money, and using your money and stretching it out as much as possible. And I feel this game will definitely give you the enjoyment that you feel you've spent your money the right way. And that's basically what this list is about, to try and get a lot of hours of enjoyment out of it, so that you get the bang for your buck, the most out of your money. So you don't buy a game and finish it in 2 days or 3 days, and you regret the money that you spent on it. And that's what makes the Steam sale so special. And I can see the Epic store is really trying to get into the market with their free games that they give away on a weekly basis. I mean, they gave away GTA, and then they gave away Ark, so they're really giving Steam a run for their money when it comes to those kind of deals, and I don't think they're going anywhere. But yeah, when it comes to sale periods, Steam really stands out in times like these. Okay, right through the year, we might not think, it's we've really got a lot of options price-wise, but when it comes to the various sales, seasonal sales that they have, Steam definitely stands out on its own. And I mean, again, 55% off for this game. And yeah, if you're looking for something to put your teeth into, Metro Exodus is definitely a very unique survival game with a lot of with a big detailed story, and very good to play. Then a game that I have just bought on the summer sale is Hunt Showdown. Of course, as you guys know, I'm crazy about Miscreated. So yeah, basically I'm crazy about the CryEngine as well. I feel the CryEngine immerses you a heck of a lot. And what I've heard from Hunt Showdown, except that it's also, like a survival game, because if you die, you lose progression. I don't know the exact details of it, but I love the fact that you can lose your character, and then you have to start with another character. That fear element, I always need the fear element in a game, otherwise dying just doesn't mean anything. And this is another game, where dying makes a big difference, and the fact that it's co-op. You can play up to 4 players in a team, or 3 players in a team, I stand corrected. But I know you can play together in teams with your friends or with strangers against other teams. And yeah, one thing that stands out for me extremely with the streams that I've watched is the sounds. And the directional sound of Hunt Showdown and the ambient sounds, of everything around you makes a major difference to your playing style. Every single set of ground that you walk on makes a different sound. Birds gives your position away. Everything in the world has got a lot of detail to the ambient sound. Your directional sound is really, really good. So, when it comes to graphics, which is the CryEngine, which is of course impressive, and fear of losing your character, and of course, immersion with the graphics and sound combined, this is really a game I'm excited to try out, and I will be doing my first impressions of the game very soon, where I just, where I install the game on Steam and I record my first half an hour, or first 20 minutes, or the first match. I'd love to give my viewers just my initial reactions on the game, as pure and uncut as possible, and unbiased as possible. But yeah, a lot to do, and the leveling up, the leveling up system is also something that I like. Then, something that I've never been crazy about, but Steam reviews are overwhelmingly positive. I know a ton of people who are absolutely crazy about this game, and again, it doesn't matter what we think about Fallout 76, we have to give Bethesda credit for the experiences that they've given us, in a single player game. And I feel that's the only place where they drop the ball, is that they try to go online or multiplayer. But when it comes to the single player experience, I'd like them to try, like a co-op experience. But Skyrim, if you don't know what Skyrim is, I don't know where you've been for the last, 10 years, but Skyrim definitely stands out among a lot of fans. And of course, the special edition is out now with 60%. So yeah, go grab it. It's upgraded everything. Then we're looking at The Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition. Again, not my cup of tea. It's a game that I jumped into very, very quickly, but when it comes to the fantasy and spells, it loses me a bit. But again, also very, very positive reviews. A lot of people are crazy about this game. CD Projekt Red really, puts a lot of detail into the games. It's a massive world, again, hundreds of hours that you can put into it, especially with this Game of the Year edition giving you all the DLCs, and it's 70% off. Okay, so you don't really need to think about it at all. If you like fantasy and spells and you love The Witcher, this is the time to get it, guys. Again, at the price that you're getting it at, it's not really doing anything to your pocket. And if you've ever wanted to experience it, but the price did put you back, like, if I can give you an example, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game that I really want to play, but the price, versus the experience is probably level, but it just comes to the price. Okay, you always have to look at the price, and all of us are on a budget. So, this is when sales make a big difference. Unfortunately, I couldn't put Red Dead Redemption 2 on the list. It is a game that I want to play, but it's still expensive. But The Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition, again, everyone knows what it is, and at 70% off, it's a complete steal, guys. And a great experience if you're not put off by the magic and the fantasy. And yes, the story is really something that I was interested in. Then, of course, in second last is Shadow of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Not a game that I've played, but because it's 82% off, I couldn't ignore it. Like, I was, I'm old school. I'm almost 40, so I remember, the Tomb Raider days that I love, where I loved Tomb Raider, and it was the best thing in PC gaming. So yeah, us old school boys, love graphics, but we need some depth to games. So I don't know how the depth is in this, but if you were a Tomb Raider fan like me and you're still interested in the genre, then 82%, guys. I looked on Steam, it was a massive price, like really, really expensive. And with the 82% off, it's extremely cheap, okay? So if you've ever wanted to play this game, if you're a woman, and you love Tomb Raider games, or if you're a guy, like I say, I've fallen off the Tomb Raider hype train a bit, but for any of you that are interested, still, it must have a good storyline. At the moment, these games always make me think of, Uncharted and games like that. So yeah, definitely the biggest discount out of the games that I saw, which got my eye. And yeah, it's the second last one on the list, and not that I know a lot about it, but just the price alone, makes it stand out. Then the last game on the list is Worms WMD, guys. Now, that's got nothing to do with survival, or immersion or role-playing, but it has to do with this period that we are in now, and the fact that we're stuck at home. And one thing that you can do with your kids, if they're getting frustrated or you getting frustrated, or the wife's not, happy all the time, is go and buy yourself this game. It's 75% off at the moment. Worms WDM is definitely the best Worms game in my opinion. And it's not about, value for money. It's about the value that you get with spending time with your family. You can have a lot of fun. It's not about being serious. It's just having fun with your family and, just enjoying it for what it is. And I've had a lot of fun with my family with this game, and I always come back to it, and we always end up enjoying it. So yes, guys, that's my top 10 list for the Steam Summer Sale. I hope you guys are alright. I hope you found some value in this video, that I mentioned a game to you that you maybe didn't think about. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing fine, and yeah, try and make the most, out of every situation. Doesn't matter how bad it is. Just make the best out of what you've got. So see you guys later. If you're not subscribed yet, do me a favor and click that subscribe button. And if you like the video, just press that like button. And yeah, if survival is your, if survival is something that you love, my channel is definitely something that will show you a lot of things. See you guys later. Have fun.